All right, next up, we're going to take a look at induction. And this is very similar to atom effects and somewhat resonance, as we'll see. So basically what induction is having an electronegative atom in close proximity. And it's going to pull on the electrons or the negative charge, whichever way you want to think about it. So for example, if we had something like this carboxylic acid, except now instead of having 3 hydrogens here, we've got 3 fluorines here versus just our regular old carboxylic acid, which just has our 3 hydrogens here. And so what we're thinking about here is deprotonating both of these, and we're going to take a look at how stable the conjugate base is. And so, right, they both have the same charge. They both have the negative charge is over 2 oxygens, so that's the same there. The resonance structures are the same, right? So we have to then think about what's going on here. So remember, fluorine is electronegative, and so we could draw dipole arrows on all of these, right? And so this carbon right here in the center is actually partially positive, right? It's going to be a partially positive carbon. And so these fluorines are going to pull some of this negative charge towards them. And so we're going to spread this negative charge over a greater area, and it's going to belong to more electronegative atoms. Whereas on this other hand, these hydrogens are not very electronegative, which makes this carbon right here, maybe not partially negative, but relative to the other carbon, more negative. And so then you can see you have this kind of negative charge here and negative charge here. You've got proximity of close negative charges, and so that's not good. And so we can see this trend. It's pretty easy to see. A regular carboxylic acid, then substitute in 1 chlorine, substitute in another chlorine, and then substitute in a 3rd chlorine. And if we take a look at these pKa's, right, we would predict the one on the far right is the most acidic, and indeed it does have the smallest pKa. And when we start taking away these chlorines, start taking away this inductive effect, we get less and less acidic, right? And proximity does matter here. So for example, if we compared something like this guy right here, right, now this chlorine is 1 spot further away, the top one would be more acidic. Right, so how far away these electronegative atoms are does indeed matter. I don't have the exact numbers on the bottom one, but you get the point.